What happened to you?
Burned out, I guess. Wasn't up for it.
What's up, and welcome back to Congruent Academy, the place for people in process, where I, Cal, am getting my act together one video at a time. Burnout is a real thing. I've experienced it. I'm sure you've experienced it. It seems to be something everyone these days is talking about. But how do you know if you are in fact burned out, and what can you do about it? These are questions that I have, and with the help of psychology today, I think we stand a chance to get some answers. Before getting into the tips of this video, I want to ask you to please stay engaged with this channel. This is the place for people in process, and I'm getting my act together one video at a time, working to co-create a culture of encouragement. So comment your experiences and thoughts below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone you think may be feeling burnt out to get the conversation started with them. Everyone is on their own journey, but I'm sure we can find that we have a lot more in common than you think. Now, let's get into it. Part 1, Emotions. Do you feel emotionally overextended? Do you feel you have no energy to work even after a full night's sleep? Do you feel all used up at the end of a workday? A good friend of mine recently told me that they felt like a shell of themselves, and it led me to ask him some questions about what he was going through. He just told me he felt drained. Turns out, he was emotionally invested in a relationship that wasn't really working out, and it was burning him out. I use that anecdote to illustrate that burnout is something I believe we should all feel comfortable talking about. Burnout can often lead to feeling of shame and low self-worth, as I'll talk about later on in the video. Acknowledgement of a problem, though, is critical to begin working towards a solution. But this experience of feeling totally depleted must be heeded, as I've learned that it's far too easy for it to become chronic, especially when unaddressed. So clue into your emotional exhaustion. It may be a sign that you are burnt out. Part 2, Depersonalization. Do you snap at people at work you care about? Do you feel apathetic to coworkers when you previously cared? Do you feel disconnected from everyone when you previously felt part of the team? I'm no stranger to having a bad day, and I must admit that the feelings of disconnection and apathy are ones that I have felt in the process of making videos for Congruent Academy. I'm not throwing a pity party for myself here. I'm telling you this because these emotions can really be asking of ourselves, how is it exactly that our needs are not being met, and what can be done about it? I truly believe that having experienced burnout, demoralizing as it can feel, can be incredibly useful. In its essence, it can serve as a reminder of how important it is to be connected. So it's important to remember that even when we feel apathetic and disconnected, we are not alone. We just need to listen to the signs and take some time to rest and restore. Part 3, Cynicism. Do you not care about the work when you previously did? Do you feel you could not be bothered by work or others? Do you think there's no reason or purpose for your job or the company when you may have before? An inability to care about what was once meaningful, right? I don't know if this experience is exclusive to work, even though this article is. Think about the news, or dysfunctional relationships that pushed you past your absolute limit. This apathy can also extend to these areas as well. It can be easy to perceive a lack of caring and not being bothered as somewhat stoic, as a sign of strength. And now more than ever, being desensitized and wanting to withdraw is increasingly common. Just last month, millions of Americans left their jobs. Could it be that there's an epidemic of burnout that's hit us? Well, in a world of war, COVID fatigue, and increasing existential strains that isolation forces one to confront, it would come as no surprise if there was a correlation. Part 4, Reduced personal accomplishment. Do you have trouble solving problems that you previously could? Do you not feel like you are contributing to your work or the team? Do you feel that you aren't good at your job when you know you have the ability to do so? Even when successfully completing a task, do you not feel you have achieved something? This I really resonate with. For me, when I've experienced periods of burnout, I don't really feel able to do anything. My mind feels totally blank and not in an inspired way, almost as though something in it has been extinguished, hence the imagery. Feelings of uselessness, ineptitude, these can really be discouraging experiences, particularly if you know from experience that you are a capable individual. But much like the check engine lights in a car, these emotions can indicate, among other things, that you are burned out. And this is when self-care really comes into the fold. Are there things you can do to unplug and reset your mind, body, and soul? Can you take some time to step away and reflect, to get some fresh air and new perspectives? It could come in the form of a vacation. It could come in the form of a nice long walk. It could really come in the form of reconnecting to anything you enjoy, but perhaps have neglected, which give you an opportunity to be present and to relax. And I know Sometimes there's nothing that can compel us less effectively to take a break than someone saying, relax. Who likes to be told that? After all, I'm a cartoon character on a screen, and I was only able to articulate these with the help of resources online. Because I, like you, am getting my act together and learning about all of these things. My hope is that if you're watching this and were able to identify any of these characteristics in your own life, that it spurs you to take care of yourself. It certainly has for me. So take care, everyone. And until next time, power to the people in process. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you should like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. In a time of polarization and existential angst, Congruent Academy is the place for people in process. I'm getting my act together one video at a time, building on the value of anti-fragility to co-create a culture of encouragement online and IRL, with any luck working to restore a sense of hope and unity, one video at a time. So until next time, power to the people in process.